Alright, let me test the audio first. Alright, let me test the audio first. Okay, so it looks like everything is set up. Hopefully I'm not doing something wrong here. I realize about that late probably. Okay, so got up a tiny bit later than usual, which kind of sucks, but well, already late. So 15 minutes. Broke that. So I see this area of supply here. Caused a reaction but failed to hold, so we'll draw the flip right here. 15 minutes supply to the main flip, support it to the right. Then we have this other area of supply which caused a pretty strong reaction, which is now continuing to go lower. So my expectancy here is for this to happen. The order flow expectancy is that for now. What did I? Oh, this. We'll draw this as well. Because whether we like it or not, that did cause a bullish move that ended up in a bullish move, basically. No need to put more than that. We'll draw the extreme as well. That kind of mitigated. Well, in the 5 minutes, probably mitigated though. That's pretty much all the areas that we really have on the 15. Here we have an area of demand, causes a reaction but then fails to hold, so it's a flip. Very messy price action, so not something I really would have been able to trade if I was on the markets at that time. To that, we flipped, reacted to that. We'll refine this down to that so it looks a tiny bit cleaner. So we might be missing out on a trade right now, so we did have a really clean reaction. I'll have a look at this. This is very clean. And my problem right now is I'm not really finding anywhere to get a continuation to go in the direction of the order flow, right? To continue to go lower, at least on the 5 and 15. Right, the 1 minute we probably do have some. Alright, so it's up demand, so we're pushing lower clearly. We have an area that was left unmitigated here, which we'll have in mind. Leave as much liquidity as I thought I saw. But basically this reacted to this, and we will have that this order block here reacted to this previous pause here, right? So this will be already a DCE. Was it mitigated? No. So this will be already a DCE. Continue to go lower, mitigated area. We really have nothing in here. Went up, went down. We flipped here, but we already flipped, so might as well just draw the second flip. Flip below. That's all, isn't it? We'll draw this thing here because it looks quite clean with the low of that candle. Not really expecting it to really work out or anything, but I do want to have it drawn. And we'll draw this. That's all, isn't it? For now, that seems to be all. Okay, so broke that low. Let's see with can I, yes. Let's see here. So yeah, nothing, but doesn't really look like it. No, everything in there looks mitigated, so I'm not even gonna bother. So what am I waiting for? What am I looking for? Continuation traits as confirmation traits. So that will be something like this. On this same structure, we had the flip here, right? So I want price to tap that, and then I'll go for this. Right? I'll go for the CE of that move. Here, right? Now I could trade what I call the SDB pattern, because which is supply demand break pattern, right? And but something that I've tested very little, so probably not gonna do that unless the trade looks really good. So yeah, I do think that at some point we should get somewhat of a retracement, but I'm not gonna be forcing reversals until we actually see one. So I'm looking for this, and on the other way around it'll be exactly like the same but turned around. No, can I invert it? Yeah, like it's exactly that. Exactly that. So you get a flip, and we go for the, well, the risk entry has to work out, and we go for the confirmation entry, right? Pretty simple. So I gotta say the next that well, trading has a lot of waiting, so it's kind of the reason why I don't like doing live trading, because right now, I mean, there's probably at least 10 minutes where we'll really not be able to do much. And what I usually do is just, I'm not really on the charts. Honestly, I set a couple of alerts, and whenever price actually gets there, then I'll definitely come back and see if anything has happened important for me to actually act on it. But basically that. It's really not much to do, but to wait. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. So look at this. We actually created liquidity here with this high and these two highs. Now we actually went through them, but still. So we created liquidity up there, and price came back up, took that. Do we have something on other time frames to say that we mitigated that? Well, the 4 minute, the 5 minute, okay, that's actually better. The 5 minute we didn't mitigate. So as an example, here comes the part where this could be considered already a CE, as we did tap 5 minute structure, 5 minute PI, right? And then the risk entry to that 5 minute PI worked out, and now we even caused a flip, so we could go for that continuation, which, knowing that we have tapped something else already, I probably would go for the extreme, honestly. But yeah, I don't really like that. It might work out, but I'm not really confident enough to take those type of trades. And also, we're still within this bullish POI, and I don't really like trading against POIs. So we'll just wait for either the low to be broken, right, or the I don't know, like too many confluences towards that extreme for me to be able to go for it, you know. Right, let me see if everything's going well. Okay. So, yeah, as I said just a second ago, is that we really have to wait a lot for price to really give us some good opportunities, right? And what I usually do is just I'm outside of the charts. Sometimes I do stay a little bit longer than usual just to um, to continue analyzing stuff. I think the music is a tiny bit high. Not sure about you, but for me, it is. Alright. We have under 15 seconds. If this low would have held, that's when I would have looked for buys. But it didn't. Because if that low would have held, we would have created somewhat of an order flow, potential order flow, right, to continue to go higher, right? So, yeah. But it would have been a risk entry to take that just as it is, so not really looking for risk entry, but confirmation entries. So think about it, we are reacting to this already. Oh, well, by a tick, but yeah, just wanted to mention it. Then in case the low was broken, that will be already, that could be considered already the risk entry. Which honestly I wouldn't go for, because that type of mitigations could lead for a price to later. Let's suppose we have this. We did react to that, we break the low, and we try to go for the CE, as an example, say CIS. It could definitely go still within that supply, so we should have to have our stop loss above this high still. So entry here, stop loss there is definitely impossible. So the type of trades that I call untradeable, not because of anything, but for the fact that they're literally untradeable due to the range. The stop loss, well, it's just a lot, huge stop loss for me to go for that, you know. Okay, well, because I fucked up the Spotify from my phone somehow. There you go. I'll close Spotify here. Let's check 5 minute again. Delete this. So why am I bearish right now? Break that small low. Gotta be my phone. So the reason why is because of this. We basically respect the supply, right, on this retracement. And when we then pushed lower, we break this low, price went higher, mitigating this, right? And now it continues to go lower. This demand area, and the reason we're not going against it is because even though we failed to create a higher high, which would have changed the order flow and therefore the trend, there's still a chance that this will either act as a retracement, whether it is small like this, large like this, or it will change the trend as it is. Because I've seen, and I probably think we all seen, these type of trades within confirmed structure that demand or supply acts as if it actually did cause something when it really didn't. And to be fair, on the 15, we do have something, right? We do react to that supply, right? Cause a reaction, failed to hold. So the thing is that I don't really count that as my high, even though it is supply, and I would have counted it. But basically waiting for this extreme, right? And at the same time, as an example, if let's say the market would have began here today, I would have definitely tried to buy from this point, right? Expecting price to go at least up to this POI and probably even further away, right? But when it tapped already, it's basically tapping my target already, so it's not really something that I'm interested in doing. And but yeah. So, in my opinion, the demand is not really strong, but at the same time, it could cost something. So I prefer not to take the risk and not to take a loss uh, by being stupid, you know. Um, so check is. I know that we got NFP today, but do we have anything else? 9:30 there are like 10 news. All right, and 7 a.m. that already went through. I guess on 9:30, NFP, unemployment rate. So 9:30. The ideal for today will be to get a trade before 9:30, get out of the trade before 9:30 in profits if possible, and get out of the markets. Because the news, as the US is not really in a good place right now, the news so usually are pretty strong, right? And that will cost me at least 30 to 40 minutes of untradable price action that I will have to basically just wait and see what happens later, right? So it's really not a not a scenario I'm happy with. There has been situations where NFP really didn't cost anything, and there has been situations where NFP has cost a lot, but price recovered pretty fast, and you were able to trade just a few minutes later. And at the same time, it's like something that I've actually realized about news is that when they are impulsive, what they do is they just come back to the place where they were, right? So suppose we have this price action, and this is the news, right? It might do something like this, goes up, goes down, and then it stops right there in the exact same spot. I'm not saying this just so you trade the news, because the news are very unpredictable, but I've seen that price goes up, goes down, and usually uh, stays where it was, right? So, so yeah. But of course, you have such an unclear price action that you don't really want to trade as nothing happened. You know, so kind of sucks. But yeah, news are better to just ignore them. Yesterday, what sucked about just not yesterday, Wednesday, is that we had medium news, two medium news, and I wasn't really expecting them to cost much, and I got two stop losses just for those two, and Wednesday was a pretty bad day for me because I actually missed out on the order flow that it was, and um, could have gotten out with more than 5% that day. And yesterday I got up late. As today I got up late, but I wanted to trade today. But yesterday I got up late, so I basically didn't even trade. I was looking for trades in the demo, and I was only able to catch one, which I'm not really sure if I would have gone for that in the funded. But well, hi Roy, how you doing? So yeah, I mean, it's all about waiting. So for those that just tuned in, just waiting. There's not. Oh, what did I do? Oh, okay. There's really not much to do, to be fair, but to wait. And the only thing that could be traded right now could be this, right? Going for this, which in my opinion is already a CE, right? But I just don't entirely like the risk on it. And the reason to that is because 11 was it plus 4 15. But what will be target? Because we really don't have targets. I have to check the 4 hour and shit. Oh, we are. Oh, well, that sucks because now we have literally nothing. So when we break this low, hold on. We didn't break that. Yeah, they would. No. Okay. So when we break this low, that actually indicates me a tiny bit of bullishness, but doesn't really mean that it will cause such a strong reaction for us to really worry about. So this, the price on that POI that we're seeing tap that, we have this. Let's put it like this. Demand 4 hour and extend to the right. Where is the 4? Oh, that's funny. Okay, I got this one. Not gonna realize that that's 4 hour, but suppose I'll realize anyways. Kind of want to go for the whole candle, but that's there, so no. Wouldn't really expect price to fall 150 pips today, to be fair, so not really gonna draw all of those. But we know that we got some stuff in the middle, so we'll see what happens then. But this is pretty much the only trade I see right now, and the reason to that will be the 5 minute. Right, we have a bearish POI that actually tapped this previous range that we had. Went down, tapped this POI, we created liquidity. Oh, we created liquidity towards that. It's actually a pretty good entry there. Now it took liquidity and it's a sponsored candle. So I'm starting to like this trade a lot. But the problem still is that we're in this demand area. And all my rules I have that I don't go against POIs unless very specific things should have to happen. So I'm gonna miss out on this sadly. But if I do get somewhat of a CE here, let's suppose this happens, I'm definitely going for it. Although, well, I would have been stopped out there, but suppose I didn't go that high. So yeah, just the waiting game. Let's set the alert for 9:30. Yeah, 9:25. I saw the other day something that I can actually do. So where's 9:25? So the alert is actually 9:25. So I can do this. Which I don't really know what it will be for. But basically, I have like somewhat of a cross without the vertical line. Can I set alerts on time? No, right? Session breaks. Nothing interesting. Okay. So I think I'm gonna take this time to go downstairs and get myself a coffee, because there's just literally nothing to do right now, and we're just wasting time here. So I'll leave a couple of alerts. What do I have? We have this one, which is that's fine. This one, and well, let's say this one, right, as well. Although when one alert rings, I'm gonna have to check trading view anyways, so yeah. So for me to take this trade, I will have to wait for CE, simple as that, because in my opinion, it's just a little bit risky to go against this POI, and we still have some bullishness still within the market, as we saw that 4-hour order block. It looks a little bit strong, so I'm not willing to go against that. So yeah, I'm gonna mute, come back in probably 10 minutes, something like that. Let's unblock this because it sucks. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. because so when you see me move my mouse and I'm not talking, I'm either just doing something on the charts, or in this case I was actually using PowerSec, which is something like what is the name, TeamViewer, right? But for gaming used mostly. And I actually use it for this with my netbook downstairs, so I can be still watching the charts from downstairs and stuff. So yeah. It's still not much to really do, to be fair, as we've basically reacted to this supply, right? Which is what I was thinking about, or where I would have taken a trade. No, sorry, I was actually going for this. Never mind. So where I was thinking to take a trade at the beginning, right? But then it didn't really make that much sense due to the fact that we had this potential order flow being created. And well, right now, I don't know, it's just kind of messy. I kind of want to get out of this POI, demand POI, before we actually do anything else, because we are still not really. No, we really have nothing at this point. We really have nothing. So, so yeah, just gonna mute, show the coffee, and I'll come back if anything really good pops up. So actually, something that I forgot that I wanted to say. Something that we could actually go for is count this an entry like this. So this move already, the risk entry. So the reaction to this and the potential fail towards that POI basically. So if this supply was to fail, we could go for that and count that as a CE, right? But that'll be a tiny bit risky. As an example, if the break would go through both of the areas, right? So that high and that high, then maybe I would take it. But as we have had, how many reactions we had that failed? We have 1, 2, 3, and well, we have this one now, right? So we have had already 3 reactions like this that have failed, right? So it's normal for price to get deeper into a POI. That's definitely normal. But I just don't like I just don't like it right now to take a trade as a buy. No, so that's the only reason why. So as an example, at the same time right now, the break of this high, and we could even call it a flip because we do have supply here, which causes the break to this. Price comes back up, mitigates that, well, triggers that. Well, not triggers that, taps that, fails to hold, right? So we could even count this a flip, but I'm not really counting on that. So you have the break of this high, which this is the cause. So this is the risk entry. Now we're reacting to supply. If this was to fail, then we could go for this as a CE, right? So it's definitely a setup. It's something to have in mind that could occur through the next couple of minutes, hopefully before 9:20. But basically, yeah, just wanted to mention which is something that I have in mind, but it's just not something that I'll probably be trading, right? Now, if this move actually caused a break to both of the areas, right? I'm definitely going for that. Because my fear or my concern is on this area, not on anything else, right? So yeah, just wanted to mention that. So, what I think is sadly happening right now is that price is just ranging. So, it's ranging before the news, right? As the news are going to be pretty important, and we got a lot of news by 9:30, it's likely that that's what's happening. Meaning that there probably won't be much to really trade until after the news, right? There might be a setup and everything, and what I'm thinking about doing is that if this supply fails, right? Let's suppose the cost of that was this small range that is being created here, then I might go for that. But honestly, we're really approaching the end. Well, not the end, but the we're getting too close to the news. So by 9:25 or something like that, I don't want to be, I don't want to have any kind of entries placed in the market, right? So, yeah, just it's a shame that there weren't really any really good opportunities or anything like that so far, and but yeah, it's fine, I suppose. It's just about waiting, waiting and being patient, right? Because it's not really necessary to take unnecessary losses, right? So yeah. So what I'm going to do actually is end the stream here. I'll let you know through Telegram after the news if I'll be coming back or not. But basically, it's just not much to do right now, and it doesn't make sense to keep the stream alive for no reason, right? So so we'll do it like this. I'll send a message through Telegram, and if I was to take a trade before the news, I'll make sure to record it, right? So I can then show you my thought process and all about the trade, right? So yeah. Thanks for all that were here. Sorry that nothing really good came out of it, but yeah, I'll let you